If you're working on your dissertation and quietly wondering, is this thing still going in the right direction? You're not alone. Most students don't realize their dissertation is going off track because something big goes wrong. They realize it because progress starts to feel harder than it should, and they can't quite explain why. You're working, but nothing feels finished. You keep revising, but your advisor's feedback doesn't seem to move you closer to approval. And the farther along you get, the more uncertain you feel. I'm Dr. Matthew Courtney from Grad Coach. Over the years, our team has helped more than 10,000 graduate students complete their dissertations and theses. And today, I want to help you identify the early warning signs that a dissertation is going off track, so you can course correct before small issues become major setbacks. So, what should you be watching for? First, your revisions are getting longer, but not clearer. If each round of feedback results in more pages, more citations, and more complexity, but not more clarity, that's a red flag. Strong dissertations tend to become more focused over time, not more bloated. If you're adding content just to satisfy feedback without understanding how it serves your research questions, your work may be drifting. Second, you can't clearly explain what you're doing or why. If someone asks, "What's your study about?" and your answer keeps changing, or it takes you 5 minutes to explain it, that's a signal that your conceptual framing may be unstable. You don't need a perfect elevator pitch, but you should be able to clearly articulate your purpose, your methods, and your contribution at a high level. If you can't, your dissertation likely needs realignment. I always recommend practicing this with a family member or a friend who has no idea what your work is about. They're always a good barometer for clarity. Third, feedback feels contradictory or confusing, and you're guessing about how to respond. If advisor or committee feedback leaves you unsure about what success actually looks like, and you're revising based on assumptions rather than direction, progress becomes unpredictable. Confusion isn't a personal failure, but it is a signal to pause and seek clarity before continuing. Fourth, you're working hard, but you're missing key milestones. This includes proposal approvals that keep getting delayed, chapters that don't seem ready no matter how many times you revise them, or constant requests for just one more change. Effort without forward momentum is often a process problem, not a work ethic problem. If you're stuck here, try creating a calendar that only you can see, that spells out when to complete given tasks. Finally, avoidance is creeping in. You delay opening the document, you avoid meetings, you distract yourself with low-stakes tasks that feel productive, but don't actually move the dissertation forward. Avoidance usually isn't laziness. It usually comes from a place of uncertainty, and uncertainty is one of the clearest indicators that something needs attention. If any of these sound familiar, here's the most important thing to remember. Being off track doesn't mean you're failing. It just means that the project needs a little recalibration. Our team of dissertation coaches are pros at helping you to realign your dissertation and get the work back on track. So if you need a helping hand, reach out. You can find the link in the description below. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button so that we know to keep making more content like this. And if you're unsure whether your dissertation is still on track, drop your question down in the comments. We read them all and we'll do our best to help you figure out your next step.